So this is my screencast on Othello monologues and soliloquies. So context on Othello, it takes place on the Greek island of Cyprus, and the central conflict is Iago versus Othello. And there is a map of Cyprus and the surrounding areas. Some context for this monologue, it comes from the very first scene of the play, and from that you can tell that it will be loaded with information foreshadowing the rest of the play. And it is from the character of Iago, who is a right-hand man to Othello, who's the captain or a leader in the military. And from the picture I will show you, you can see how he manipulates, and he's whispering in Othello's ear to kind of pull the strings on all the characters in the play. And this monologue will foreshadow the plot and characterize Iago. And there is a picture I was talking about. So I'll give you a few seconds to read this monologue, and then I will begin my analysis. Okay, so for my analysis, so the highlighted parts were probably the most important parts that I picked out. And so the first part, we cannot all be masters, nor all masters can be truly followed. That is the very beginning, and it starts to characterize Iago. It shows that he recognizes his supporting role to Othello in like their hierarchy. And that could kind of show like a source of the plot, maybe like he's jealous, and that is why he will like try to pull the strings to get Othello like to become less than what he is. The second part, heaven is my judge, not I, for love and duty. That kind of shows how Iago just wants the best for himself. He's only looking out for himself, not anybody else. He doesn't really care what anybody thinks of himself. And it kind of portrays himself having connections with the gods, which is easy to see because if you think about it, he's moving all like the little pieces where he wants them to go just so he can get what he wants, which is kind of contrary to what you think a normal god would do, who would like help out everybody. So that kind of sets up his character also. And then the last part is the very last line, and it's probably the most important. I am not what I am, is what Iago says. And that is a direct contrast to the Bible from Exodus 3.14, wherein God directly says, I am what I am. And that kind of shows the values differing from like normal religious values. And it kind of, it will portray him as the enemy. And it shows that like the reader you'll want, or the audience, I guess, because it's a play, you'll be thinking like, oh, what is he going to do next to try to ruin people? And that will help like the play progress like Shakespeare wanted it to. Okay, so that is my presentations on the Othello monologues and soliloquies. Thank you.